Record. Hey everybody, it's Cantonese Cat here. I got Charting Guy here with me. I we've been talking about charts, and we've got a little bit of a divergence in terms of thinking about like the cycle top and when the cycle is going to end. I'm very interested in hearing his thoughts. It's been almost close to a year since we've talked. How are you doing, man?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing okay. Yes, welcome back. Please
hmm
share with us your wisdom, Charting Guy. Go.
Yeah, I think it's been maybe 8 months since the last time we talked was like July 13th or 14th or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over what charts I went over then and kind of just update what's happened since.
Please do.
All right. So here we have Bitcoin, and these are the halving cycle fractals. I overlaid them to align with the halving. And last time we spoke, we were kind of around here in our post-halving consolidation phase. And then we recently broke out in the fall to this uptrend. And if you can see, this marked the local top perfectly, local bottom. We're kind of just on our slow chop up towards our spring top, in my opinion. But I am open-minded to this fall top still. But right now I have this as my main top, and I'll get into that later on some other charts. Um, Here's an update on my gold versus Bitcoin chart. We're following it pretty spot on. I don't know if we'll get all the way to the 1.618 like gold, but as far as it being spot on almost the whole cycle is kind of mind blowing.
Wow. Wow. But gold can keep going too, right? I mean, if they keep
Yeah,
the money
I
printed.
honestly I didn't think whenever gold hit the 1.618 and rejected like that, I was like, I think the top might be in, and then it just decided to break out. So that, I mean, that could be a heads up for Bitcoin to possibly do the same thing later on.
Interesting. I didn't think about to monitor gold and overlaying Bitcoin, but that's a very, very good fractal. That's amazing, man.
Yeah, I didn't find this one myself. Someone posted on Twitter like but they didn't overlay the fractal. They just had like the charts side by side, and you know me, I like to overlay the fractals.
Looks
Speaking of
great.
that, this is this fractal is actually a NVIDIA fractal. You posted it. You had a chart posted where you had both of them side by side comparing them, and I remember I quote tweeted it where I overlaid the fractal, and that was around the summer lows, and you're like, we possibly have a pop soon. I overlaid it, and yeah, we possibly have another pop soon.
It's so kind of amazing how these fractals are working, even if like different time frame is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 1 sec. I need to let my cat in.
No problem. I
I'll
didn't
be
know
back in
you
like 10 seconds.
didn't know you have a cat. No, I like you more now. Yeah, I guess while we're waiting for charting guy to come back, I think the idea is it seems that based on Bitcoin halving, based on the fractals that he's seeing, and he's got some really great fractals here. I haven't looked at this stuff with him for a very long time, so I'm pretty excited to.
All
You're
right,
back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome. Yeah.
yeah. I don't want my cat to, claw at the door the whole time. Um, but that's that NVIDIA fractal. So hopefully, this mini bear market that everybody's talking about right here. uh, Hopefully that ends soon and we keep following the fractal up for a higher high in the to March. And then here, so I've been talking about this kind of since the fall lows, like around these fall eclipses. We've been repeating this pattern from late 2023 to early 2020. It was unpopular at the time, but I was saying that this inauguration pump feels like the ETF pump and dump, and the timing and the fractal aligned, and it's so we're coming up on a bottom, in my opinion. It could be like any day as far as like a closing price on the daily. And then we should have a possibly a big move up into the spring, like I've been watching for. Um, and then here we got Bitcoin versus the SPY. Basically Bitcoin versus stock market for people that don't know. Um, Also repeating this kind of late 2023, early 2024 price action, and it even got the like the wick up and the wick down like pretty perfectly. And we're kind of just back testing all-time highs versus the stock market. Like this, there's nothing really bearish about that.
Yeah, I agree that I think this cycle they've just been a little bit lazy. They have like a longer consolidation last year and a shorter consolidation towards the end of the year. I think they're playing out the same. I don't maybe
Hmm.
it's being a little bit lazy. I don't know, but it's interesting fractal. I agree with this. So
Yeah, and then another thing, uh, the RSI is like on the weekly is having this little same fake out it did right here, in my opinion. And we could easily just come back up. And people are like, "Oh, there's just bearish divergence," but typically when we get a bearish divergence like this, we typically get a third tap before the trend ends. If people really study like recent impulses in the price action that's been this cycle, like, and you go on a daily, most of the daily bear divergence get a third tap and a higher high. So that's what's about to happen, in my opinion, coming into the spring before we get any, bigger pullback.
yeah, I'm not too worried about weekly bearish divergence either for like
Hmm.
cycle analysis. I'm gonna be a lot more worried if I see like monthly bearish divergence and even
Yeah, and the monthly
monthly.
isn't up to where, it normally
Yeah.
is yet.
Yeah. And
So,
even if you see monthly bullish diversions, you can still have price go up on bearish diversions. So anyway, yeah, please
yeah.
continue.
Here we got Bitcoin dominance. So, um, where was it at? It was in the mid 50s and then it got up to like 60 something. I mean, but it's been losing momentum really since last October. It's kind of just been like a slow grind up. It doesn't, I don't know. People are saying this can go to 70 and stuff, but when you look at the daily on both trends, it's oversold or it's overbought as it was right before the election pump, like where Bitcoin dominance had a little dump and altcoins came back. And then also so these fractals are from the two prior cycles. Here we got the 2017 one and then 2021 for these blue fractals. And we're more so following, I guess, this 2021 where we have the little like extra pump into this after the 33 weeks. But I think now, right here, we should get, and then I found this fractal as well. We should get a nice downtrend, in my opinion, starting mid February, which aligns with um, like the overbought indicators right now on the daily turning around here soon because Bitcoin dominance doesn't typically stay overbought too long. And altcoins are all, they look the exact opposite of this. So I think we're going to get a big leg up in the spring. Everything that I've been looking at for the past 2 years has been aligning for this moment. So, we'll see.
So you're still thinking gonna be pretty quick, like 2 month um craziness that's coming mid-February.
Yeah, because typically, um, I mean, when you look at the last, few months of like a major top, it all kind of happens like pretty fast. Like these
Yeah.
last few months are like where, quote unquote alt season happens, and it's normally alt season doesn't. It's normally like a 3 to 6 month thing. It kind of varies depending on what sector you're watching. Like people like me, like I'm like, oh, alt season started in November because a bunch of high caps started. outperforming since then. But obviously, Bitcoin dominance is still up here at its highs, and like stuff like others, um, like anything less than the top 10 is really underperforming. But they typically don't until we get to this part of the cycle, like the final, couple month parabolic leg up, which we're just now about to get into. So we can talk about Ethereum. So this is one that I got wrong, and probably a lot of people got wrong. So this fractal is a Bitcoin fractal from last cycle. And Ethereum was following it, and then it decided to break this like 8 year uptrend,
Yeah,
7 8 year uptrend, and then it back tested. I was hoping it was like a little
like a deviation kind of thing.
yeah, like a deviation. I thought it would hopefully come back in, but it rejected. So Ethereum, it's been an ugly one this cycle. I bought around here,
Yeah,
so I'm still like up pretty good. And I actually recently got out because it's just not looking as strong.
yeah,
But I still think this green scenario will play out. It's just in this big range of this 2,000 to 4,000 level basically. And I'm hoping this green scenario plays out for everybody and our alts and Coinbase and everything that really kind of follows Ethereum. But this is a scenario as well that we got to watch for if all these key. I mean, this is a really strong support, and so is this uptrend. So we would not want to see these break, especially on this weekly close is pretty important to me because then we might come back down to this level, or we could just chop here forever. I really doubt that though.
don't do that. Yeah, like I absolutely, yeah, it's been very brutal for Ethereum. I just have a hard time believing that if we have like a craziness happening in a couple months that Ethereum won't participate. It's just, but
I
it's
agree.
absolutely insane. Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, I think. I mean, my target and time frame still remains. I still think by late April, I think Ethereum can hit a new high, but it's underperformance and it's big. It's Ethereum Bitcoin chart just continuing to make low lows. Lower lows is just
It's
it's not
nasty.
as appealing to me as it was
It's absolutely
early in the
nasty.
cycle.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing. I'm just like I'm seeing some bullish diversions here. When are you going to end up reversing the trend? I don't know. It's been rough. It's been
Yeah,
very rough.
but really we just needed to break this range to be honest, and then it'll finally make a decision. But now we're near the bottom of this range and this uptrend that's been in the entire cycle. So hopefully it can get some love here. um, and this is kind of like I have the eclipses overlaid on here, and they've been marking a bunch of key pivots. And I had this fractal overlay. We're kind of at the time in this fractal where it needs to turn around as far as like a timing and direction standpoint, or else it kind of, I don't know, it kind of diverges from what I've been watching for, over a year. Let's
Time to
see.
cry about Ethereum. It's been crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I can show you on like the second part in terms of
Yeah,
what I think. But yeah, it's been absolutely devastating, and a lot of people getting it wrong. I got it wrong. You got it wrong, but it
yeah.
is what it is.
It's really just been trading sideways for,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess almost a year now. It's
yeah.
been what, 11 months since here, and just chopping back and forth in this range. So hopefully we can break it out to the upside. But I mean, people act like it's not up. Like it bottomed the cycle June 2022 at like $880 down here, like at the wick or whatever. So like it's still up like 3x roughly. So like I mean, it still did decent, but obviously it's not what we wanted yet. So we'll see if it gets there. XRP, um, we had this big triangle I pointed out last time, and it was right here around like 50-ish cents. And a lot of indicators and the XRP Bitcoin chart, etc., pointed out it breaking up, and Thankfully it did. And this right here is the fractal from this 2017 breakout. We've been following it as far as like timing. So there is a possibility, and I've put it out there on my Twitter that XRP could have hit a local top for a little while and then chop until the fall. So this is a scenario that aligns with a possible another impulse in the fall, which I'm open-minded to, but I still think Q1 is a major top for everything either way, and I'll go over that a little later.
Congrats on XRP, by the way. I mean, I think you call this whole big giant consolidation for years, potential
Yeah.
wave four,
Hmm.
and I think like a lot of people were very skeptical on that. So it looks like it's working out very well. So
Yeah. I didn't really see any scenario where it was gonna break down. I
yeah,
mean, like Ripple is a huge company. The lawsuit, if you really like followed it with Ripple and XRP, was kind of like a I don't know. It was like a big sham kind of thing. It was more like they're the poster child for the industry, like getting hit by the SEC, and people like still hate on them, but they kind of fought for the industry. Like there's been other cases where they mentioned the Ripple case as like their way of like getting out of their situation, and it's like people don't really respect that, and it's pretty annoying. But yeah,
yeah.
here we have the XRP Bitcoin chart. I think we're getting this pop last time, and it came back and hit a little double bottom on us, and had a huge pop up to this mid range recently. And this kind of correlates with kind of our all time high area chop that this could happen. We could chop in this mid range for a bit before, in my opinion, break out to the top of the range, which would be roughly around $8 to $10 for XRP because of if Bitcoin's around 100K. So we'll see if we could get that pop to the top range. In my opinion, we should sometime this cycle. It could be on this next impulse in the spring, or we could chop around until the fall, like I said. So, but either way, I don't think XRP is done. I think it's going to go up and hit at least this 1.272 fib, but it has possibility to get up to 26, which would just be crazy, but it's possible. It's crypto.
I think it's possible too. I think $8 is possible as well. 26, I don't know, but it's possible too.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, $8 is my main
yeah.
target I've had for a while, just because of how it aligns with this top range on XRP Bitcoin, and it's the first key fib outside of the one fib. So I will be taking probably significant profit around there if we get there. Here we have Solana. So this one, I think, whenever we did our video, was around the 140, 150 area, chopping around, and it was just consolidating on top of the golden pocket for a pretty long while. And back in November, we broke back above it, or finally broke out this range, and we back tested this 888 fib, and now we're chopping in a new range. So hopefully we continue to hold this as support now instead of the prior resistance, and we can flip it and finally break out the price discovery.
I can't believe it did nothing since we talked. It's
Honestly,
been
me
so
either.
long.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna blame it on its outperformance for the first,
Yeah.
year and a half of the cycle.
Yeah.
It kind of needed to consolidate those gains out and
I
reset the
do
indicators and whatnot.
I
So
do wonder whether or not it's going to end up underperforming because, like you said, the outperformance. And this I guess this is like the prolonged wave four, if you will. Maybe there's a wave five coming. I don't know, but
yeah, this structurally it does seem like you got a one, two, three. It could be just a big because Bitcoin had similar
yeah,
uh like this long treacherous wave forward where people were calling the cycle to end, and it never ends because until it does.
right.
Like people, I don't know. They need to understand cycle timing. Like there's only two periods where it can top, and we've been talking about this for a while, so I don't know why. back then people were calling it cycle top. It's like it'll continue to make higher highs until we get there.
Hmm.
So hopefully, yeah, this is just a wave forward and it's trading sideways. I'm sure the meme coins on Solana don't help.
Yeah,
A
they
lot
did
of people
nothing.
were kind of blaming
Yeah.
the whole narrative on that. I've seen like charts of like pump fund versus like others versus Bitcoin and all these type of things to where when pump fund launched and all the meme coins flooded the market, it kind of diverges from recent, you know, altcoin price action. Uh, but hopefully that's not the case forever. Hopefully we can get back on track. Here, so I have the eclipses overlaid on here, and I saw that we were kind of having a similar pattern to late 2023 to early 2024. So I overlaid it a few months ago, and it caught the local top, it got this dip, and now we're just in the chop range. And hopefully mid-February, we can get this back in this uptrend because it's really oversold here. Um, I think last time we were talking about DOGE, it was like, yeah, it was like 10 cents. So it's more than doubled since then. So we've done great on DOGE. It's still not done in my opinion. I know you don't think it's done.
Yeah, I like how how your price actions outperform your fractal. So I wonder whether or not the next impulse is going to continue to outperform your fractal there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope it continues. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, so the fractals more so are about timing and direction,
Hmm.
but sometimes it can get price spot on. Like, I mean, I could move this up and it'd be more accurate, but I'm gonna keep it there. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep
just keep
it
it there. Yeah, it's beautiful
there.
so far. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Um, so we talk about total market cap. So I don't know why people are getting bearish when all we're doing is back testing last cycle's highs on total market cap. Very healthy back test, in my opinion. Um, and this fractal is actually from I think the S&P 500 or something. It's from the SPY. So
That was the drop of like the where is it from like July through October 2023. Yeah, okay,
yes,
I see
yeah,
it. Yeah, I see it.
yeah, yeah. I saw that we were kind of like whenever we had this consolidation and breakout, I was like, that looks very similar to SPY at that time, and I overlaid it, and I didn't think it would kind of get this little, I guess, rounded local top fake out that's getting a lot of people right now, but
Hmm.
it did. It's
Yeah,
it's pretty wild.
we're getting close.
Yes. Um. Okay, we got total three here. Altcoins. So altcoins are obviously a little weaker than total because total has Bitcoin in it and Bitcoin's in price discovery. But it's backtesting the golden pocket right now, and it actually wicked below it earlier this week. And if we close above it, that's a very bullish sign. And then we got
I see Tether there.
tether dominance. So it's also repeating this pattern of fall 2023 to fall 2024. We had a similar like wedge up here, breakdown, little consolidation phase here, and I think we're around here because we had a similar RSI breakout. Um, Even if you copy the fractal and overlay it, it's actually fairly spot on. Like it's saying that this little pop in USD dominance is almost over in my opinion. Like it's a little fake out and people can fall for it, but I mean when you watch the price action that's been repeating this cycle, like it even repeated like further up here on the first wave, it was just a little less wild the price action. but we're kind of repeating our wave five for Bitcoin is kind of repeating the wave three. Same thing for Tether, same thing for a lot of things. So hopefully we get that reversal soon as it gets overbought and starts to, the RSI starts to lose strength here, and we finally break this. So this 3.7 range on Tether dominance has been it's been a bitch to get past because in March 2024, that was our local top on crypto last year. And we had our little, consolidation until the fall, and everybody was saying it's over. And we break back down to test it again, local top kind of December, and we just been chopping in this range since. And it's felt like cycles taking too long or ending, but I mean this move is just, in my opinion, it's just repeating this as I've been saying for the past few months. So I have zero worries right now.
Yeah, I have zero worries in the upcoming months as well. I think it's more in terms of what's going to happen for the rest of the cycle. But I agree with you. I think things are going to turn around pretty soon. So,
And then let's go to the stock market. So here we have the SPY or S&P 500 ETF. Last time we were talking, it was hitting this 1.618, and I was talking about how it could possibly reject because that's obviously a key area of the fractal or the fibs. And luckily we did reject it, but found support, and now we broke up back above it in the fall, and now we're finally breaking out, and we should at least go to the 1.618. Now that could hit, you know, in the spring on this next impulse or later in the year. But I think either way, the stock market isn't done.
geez, that's a pretty big sideways there with a lot of volatility. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
So we'll see if that continues to play out. I mean, it's been following this fractal almost spot on the entire cycle.
Yeah, it's amazing fractal. Wow. Okay.
Here we got Nvidia. So, in my opinion, I think Nvidia's topped.
Hmm.
Sadly, uh, I'm open to be wrong. I still have 20% of my position, but last time we talked, I pointed out this fractal, which is the Cisco.com bubble fractal.
Hmm.
And I said, either way, in early next year, I will be taking profit on my position. And whenever we saw this big ugly breakdown and kind of the AI narrative shift,
Yeah.
I got scared out of my position and I went ahead and took the 80% because it aligned with the fractal to if it continues to play out in this big bearish divergence we've been in for almost a year now, and kind of started losing momentum since this period right here in
Mhm.
June, and it kind of just traded sideways, which was unexpected. I thought it would keep going, but it followed the timing, and the timing of the fractals tell me to get out, and I'm gonna just respect it and follow it. But I am open to it continuing to go higher. But another thing that concerns me is the Bollinger Bands on the monthly. I think
Yeah, I can
they
show you.
expanded, and then yeah,
Exactly.
they've come back up. So that's
Exactly.
the trend is kind of getting exhausted up here. So
Yeah.
I'm open for like I said, another impulse higher, but it's just running out of steam for this cycle, and it's I mean it's had a crazy run. So
Yeah.
I
I
mean
see the same thing. Yeah,
it
that's
would make sense to be one of the first ones to top.
yeah, I see the same thing. The only thing is the two cycles before that when the Bollinger Band contracts again, you still have like a impulse to the upside. So it could
Yeah,
like the
like right here we
200s.
get another
Exactly.
impulse up. Yeah,
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
So this
I'm open to that happening, but
yeah.
that's why I still have 20% of my position. But I mean I was getting in down here, so it's a good time to take profit still either way. You can't get mad at paying yourself. Oh my dog. Um, Here we have Coinbase. It's kind of been in this channel the entire cycle, and I had this fractal overlaid from this pullback this time period. So hopefully it gets its impulse up soon, up to the top of this this channel here. Right now it's also holding. I think you posted on this maybe a few weeks ago. It's holding the bull market support band pretty well here,
Yep.
so that's nice. Um,
Yeah, the 0.7862 on the unlock scale, like it's just a lot of confluence of support there. So
yeah, I think it's. That might be the wrong fit.
yeah, if you do log, if you do linear, it looks great too. Like it just bounced out 0.6618. Like it's there's
Yeah, it's
nothing,
just bouncing the golden
yeah,
pocket, and
yeah.
then
There's nothing concerning about it. So
let me realign this up here.
yeah, you see like it bounced right out of 0.786. Like
Yeah,
it's beautiful. Both log and
yeah, that looks amazing. Yeah,
yeah.
either way you draw it from this top, linear log. It's basically just, I mean, it back tested this resistance and flipped it to support, hopefully, and it should get, in my opinion, get to price discovery in these coming months.
Yep, agreed. All right, we got another few minutes. Let's see what you got here.
Yep. So go back to Bitcoin. So now I'm gonna talk kind of cycle timing and what I've been watching.
Mm,
So here we have kind of two main time cycles that Bitcoin follows. We have like our 852, 854 day, um, top to bottom, and that has a top late March. And then we also have our 1060 day, roughly 4 year cycle that everybody else follows. And that shows a top later in the fall.
mhm.
So I think we're going to get both tops like we did here. And I'm not sure if the second one in the fall would be a higher high or not. We're going to just have to see
Yeah.
how the chart looks at the time. But I'll be taking profit in the March April time frame no matter what. Um, Based on that, and also based on the lunar cycle. So this is the blood moons or total lunar eclipses overlaid, like each of these lines, and they typically are correlated with our bear markets. So you see here, once we hit that, we kind of lose momentum of the cycle and we start to break down. And they typically last, bear markets last 1 year, and so do these. Um, the only divergence we really had from that was this 2011 like pop and drop here. It's still like the key highs and lows still aligned with it,
Hmm.
but this first one didn't give us our top. So I'm open to this scenario as well, but we're more so repeating. Like nobody really looks much back at this cycle. We're more so repeating the 2017, 2021, in my opinion, based on a lot of just, I don't know, just price action, fractals, indicators, etc. Like most people look at these two prior cycles because we look structurally more like them. And this one was kind of too early in Bitcoin's infancy to really,
Yeah,
compare to, in my opinion.
that's fair. Yeah, the liquidity is just a lot easier to,
Yeah.
pump at that point. Yeah, that's
But
fair.
I mean, I'm still open to it, you know. I mean, it could have a top here and then come down in the summer and then, it could form a higher high here. So I'll be watching the indicators closely, really just this whole year, just to see. But my main cycle top theory still remains March for Bitcoin and then April as like a little extension for some altcoins, and then we should start losing steam. But I don't think the brutal part of the bear market is going to stop till after fall 2025. So we could just chop until then
Hmm.
and then break down into our bear market more. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Okay, you laid up your thesis very well. Yeah, I would like to try to change your mind here on the second half after we take a break. But is there anything else you want to show us in terms of like the timing of the cycle or anything else? I think we have another like 2 minutes.
Um, no, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I covered everything
Oh,
as far as that. Yeah.
beautifully laid out as always.
hmm
You're just as OCD. You're more OCD than I am actually. So
Yeah, just a little bit.
just a little bit, just a little bit. It's not a bad
Yeah.
thing. It's a great thing to be a part of guy. So yeah,
No, yeah. I mean, whenever you
yeah,
get in this field, it's definitely not a bad thing.
yeah. It's all about pattern recognition. It's all about yeah, absolutely. Well, we can take a
hmm
break. I think we'll pause here. We'll take a break and we'll come back maybe like 10-15 minutes and I can kind of load up my stuff and we'll share some ideas. My idea is more coming from like global liquidity. Because I
Yeah.
always thought that the idea, like I'm not that convinced about actually about the Bitcoin halving as much because of
hmm
just I think it drives through liquidity now, and especially since like the halving has less impact on Bitcoin, just logically speaking over time. So
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, let's take a break. We'll come back here in a little bit.
Yep.
All right,
Sounds good.
all right, all right. See ya.
Yep. See ya.
Yep.